What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Barcode Mixer. Today, we're at a brand new location for us with our buddy Aistis here at Panamericano. Am I saying that right? Aistis?
Yes, you're
Aistis?
saying it very right.
Perfect,
Yes.
perfect.
Maybe 99%.
99%.
Very close. No, it's not from the native speaking Lithuanian.
No, right. Oh, I thought you were from Brooklyn.
Lithuania, Brooklyn, yeah.
So we're here. This is a really cool spot. We are. Can we say what we are? Or is it supposed to be a secret?
No, it's not a secret.
It's not a
you know,
secret?
like no,
So
we're not hiding from anybody. We have
Perfect.
license and
So this is a speakeasy behind Novecento here in Mary Brickell Village, right on the second floor.
Yeah.
As you come in through the courtyard, you got to go up the stairs. It's super cool. Again, this is my first time here. Long overdue, because I know a lot of friends that have come here and done activations and done things here, and I just haven't made it.
So welcome to Panamericano.
Thank you.
First time made it.
Yeah.
It's very glad to have you here.
Yeah, no, this is great. You were telling me something interesting before we started. So all the spirits behind the bar are from North, South, and Central America,
Yes.
giving the Panamericano name.
Yes, so that was one of the ideas to make this body unique in some real sense, you know, not some gimmick or something, you know, like 'cause that we see a lot of in today's world.
Right.
So we wanted to create a space like really unique and in a mixology, and also in something that became to be like, let's do only American continent spirits. So
Right.
at first we were still deciding, maybe, you know, let's do like half and half or something, like, you know, like kind of percentage wise. But when, you know, every place in Miami or in the world could say the same, you know, like
Sure.
we are American spirits, we are European spirits, we are Asian spirits, or some other spirits bar, and we have some others like some percent. So for me, it's more like a gimmick, because if you do 100% things, as otherwise, you know, where is the limit when you are legit and when you are not, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so we are 100% American spirits and liqueurs and like basically ingredients, you know, like, yeah, maybe we can find some ingredient that's not from Americas in a garnish or somewhere, you know, like,
Sure.
yeah, we still need a couple of things to adjust, but like the bottles are only from American continents.
Which is great, because I'm looking at everything you have, and I'm just like, there's a couple gins up here that I have never seen before, which is great. You know, the rum, you got La Marilita rum up there. That's from Panama.
Yep.
Santa Teresa from
Venezuela.
Venezuela. So that's super nice that you're showcasing just literally American spirits. And, you know, sometimes it's I guess we tend to forget, right, how many spirits we actually have. Like, you really don't have to go to Europe or anything like that. Like, the American continent
Definitely.
has a lot.
So many of these spirits were known for me before opening the place.
Right.
Many I researched and looked and discovered. So it's a discovery bar where you can come and discover America again, like Columbus did some time ago. You know, like we can we can discover America again through the spirits, because there is a lot to offer in these countries.
Absolutely. And you guys are doing a class today, you told me, about Mexican sake.
Yeah, today we're gonna have a class on Mexican sake. Yeah, sake made in Mexico, because we wouldn't have a sake made in Japan, not because it's bad,
No, but it
but
doesn't
because
fit
it's not
with
from
the-
America.
Sure.
Yes, and for me it was also fascinating to discover. Yeah, okay, where is a sake made in Mexico? We also have a sake made in Florida, actually, here in Miami.
Oh, from Shojo's Dojo.
Yes.
Yeah. They've been on the show.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
cool,
Haydar Armadi
cool.
have been on the show. Yeah, Shojo's
so
Dojo.
we have a sake made in Americas.
Their sake is really good too, man.
Even
It's good stuff.
even people, of course, associated with Japan because it's where it comes from, but
Right.
doesn't mean you just have to stuck on that location. Like gin, we tend to believe that gin comes from London or England
Right.
type of country, but you know, gin is just a kind of a recipe and an idea where you can implement it in different countries, regions through a little bit different lens. You know, the most, maybe not the most, but one of the things that people actually tend to tie a lot. I maybe like these chartreuse things, you know, like
Right.
green chartreuse, you know, like all bartenders mad about green chartreuse. Like for me, it was never a thing. Like, yeah, it's a herbal liquor. Wow, you know, like. I mean, I've seen many herbal liquors in my life, and where I am from, it's pretty common for people to make herbal liqueurs even at home, but it's probably in all countries, you know, like it's just
Sure.
somebody made it more popular. I never was like, I'm not saying it's bad, it's just like, why that crazy, you know? Like,
Right.
And I discovered some liquors which are made in America, and to kind of replicate chartreuse, not like replicate directly, but they wanted to make their own take on it.
Right.
But unique botanicals, but making the same strength, the same bricks, you know, like so. And it not replicates. I don't want to say replicate because we didn't want to create something the same. We wanted to
Sure.
create something unique. So,
But it hits that flavor profile that people are looking
yeah,
for.
more or
you
less,
could
you know,
make, like,
to
a
hit in
last word variation.
that direction, you know, like.
Right.
And that's great because you can have something the same, but something a little bit different, you know,
Sure.
unique in its own way, and might even be not like better, but for some people might even be better, you know. Like.
Right.
So it's like very cool to discover these all unique things that can be sourced in American continents.
The guys from you've heard of Big Cypress Distillery, right?
Yes.
Here in Miami, he makes a chartreuse, Fernando.
Oh, really? I
yeah,
didn't
and
know
it's
that.
actually very good.
Cool.
Very good. I tasted it like 2 weeks ago,
Mhm.
or last week probably. Like 2 weeks ago. He makes a yellow and a green. The green one is, you can't tell the difference.
Really?
Yeah, you can't. The yellow one is similar, but it has its own characteristic. Both very, very good, but the green one is spot on.
Awesome.
So-
He didn't bring it to me yet, you know, like, so, yeah.
I think they just did it recently, so
Okay,
it's it's a newer product that they have. So you gotta reach out to Fernando and
I guess
see if he can.
I guess there is more, but people like they don't get too much attention, or don't get too much attention yet.
Right.
But that's what's fascinating, and for me, working with this project with Panamericano and building it and developing it is a discovery of a different perspectives on the spirits than there are.
Yeah. When does Panamericano open?
We opened a little bit more than 1.5 years ago.
Oh, so it's still fairly new.
It's coming to the second year, let's
Right.
say, you know, like.
Right.
Mhm.
And how was that received by the bar community?
So I believe bar community took us very well. Our goal was to really push boundaries and really try a lot of different techniques and different approaches to the drinks. You know what we do, to play with the flavors, to play with the different spirits. You know,
Right.
I like to call the cocktails Americanized classics because we're really not twisting them. We're really not doing anything, just substituting spirit for another spirit from Americas,
Right.
which gives unique flavors. And I'm very happy with the result. At first, it was really difficult. The first couple, 3, 4, 5 months were maybe pretty slow because we are not on the way where a lot of people go through. To come here, you really need to know where you're going. You know,
It's a destination.
it's a destination
Yeah,
place
for sure.
because we are a little bit in a corner on the second floor, so it's not that you're going and just, oh, what's there? You won't be
Right.
going here
Right.
to say what's there. So mostly you need to know where you're going. So at first we were really unknown and hard to discover, but it took time, and now really a lot of people come on weekends, especially. Weekends are really busy, and many times it happens when people come and I don't have a space because we are a seating only place. So how many people we can seat,
Right. Okay.
that's it. So basically we are probably, if everybody sits exactly nicely, so probably we could fit 50 people here,
Yeah.
you know, like max.
Right.
Like already. Max is if everybody really sits in the most efficient way, that's not usually happens. So basically 50 people. And on weekends there are no spots at some points, and you have to wait a little bit, or
That's a good problem to have.
sometimes- Yeah, that's a pretty good problem to have. Yeah, that was a goal. So it's
Now,
going
do you
well.
guys do a lot of work with Novecento also, or is it completely separate? Like, can they access the restaurant? I'm sorry, can they access Panamericano after the restaurant, or do they have to go out to that secret little door that you?
They
does
do
that mean-
have to come to.
They
the
have to
city.
come to the secret door.
Yeah, there is no any shortcut to coming to the bar. Honestly, no, like
Reservations? They have to make reservations.
yes, we do have reservations, and I encourage people to make reservation because if you make a reservation, you really not like you have a shortcut, but we are keeping the space for you
Sure.
for
Right.
for 10 15 minutes, you know, like if we are busy, so it's max grace period because we know the traffic in Miami is always busy and we
Yeah.
can't keep that space for hours. We had people coming, you know, 1 hour later, 2 hours later, and
That's a lot.
I understand that you had the reservation, but it's not anymore.
Right.
If we are not that busy that we are full, I always try to accommodate people. You know, it's funny sometimes when people think that I don't want to let them in because what would be the reason for that, you know? Like, I have no idea. You have a business and you don't let people in.
This is like a good escape. You walk in here and
Exactly.
there's no like you have this curtain here. You have like it doesn't even feel like you're in Miami anymore. Like
Exactly.
you really get transported.
That was one of the goals, you know, like
Yeah.
to transport people to a different location and time, because that's what I believe the best places, the bars or restaurants do.
Mm-hmm.
When you come there, you really transport it to some other dimension, you know, like because where you are, like in Miami or New York, you are
Right.
every day. That's why, you know,
Yeah.
when I was reading about tiki bars, they say that, you know,
Escapism.
you can't make a tiki bar in the tropical country.
No.
In Miami,
It
even
doesn't make
because
any sense.
it's a tiki life all the time, you know. Like, so the best tiki bars are in the busy and not so tropical cities
Yeah.
because that's what they give you an escape.
Oh yeah.
So here in Miami, we are already in this escape. Was Miami for me? I was 6 years here, and for me, it still feels like it's kind of the vacation resort place where
Yeah.
I always escaped from where I've been before. Maybe I don't know.
You can definitely become what they call a perma vacationer
Probably
here in
probably.
Miami. Because we got to work and we got to do our thing, but there's a lot of stuff that we get to do here that
Definitely.
most people only do on vacation.
Absolutely. So you
know?
can do it every day. So that's why
Yeah.
Panamericano is built to be a little bit different than a tropical place to escape. It's a little bit, I don't know how to say. I like to say a New York vibe because
Right.
it's the closest description which I have in my mind, you know, even it's still not that.
Right.
But it's a little bit different than escape. And I love it because that's what's the goal, to create a place where people can really have something unique in Miami.
Yeah. So how big was the transition from you moving from Lithuania to Miami?
What brought me to Miami? So everything was very simple. I was having a pretty good life in Lithuania. I had my own business. I was working with events pretty successfully, you know.
You were still working in bars and hospitality?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in hospitality for over 15 years now. So
Okay.
it's basically, I was working in hospitality for around 10 years before coming here. So I had a pretty good life, you know. I had my own business, so I worked for myself. I
Sure.
worked with the events, and that was my income source, and it was enough. And I won a green card because United States has this ability to apply and win a green card, and
It's like a lottery, no?
it's actually a lottery.
Right.
It's actually a lottery. You fill the form. It's nothing much. I don't remember, but like maybe your name, your email, something, couple things, you know.
Right.
Like, and then you check the results after some time, and you know they chose you or they didn't. It's simple, like a lottery. You know, you win or you not. You
Right.
know, like simple. And I was feeling that like almost every year because it doesn't take time and doesn't cost anything.
Right.
So I was feeling like for maybe 10 years or more
Oh,
every
wow.
year. Maybe I skipped some couple years because,
Yeah.
you know, it's not... as it's free, so it's like, yeah, okay, let's fill it. And one time I was just checking and it's like, oh, this answer looks different than usually. It's like you know, when I read it again, and it's, yeah, you were chosen to, and I don't remember how it writes, because you win a chance to get a green card. It's not that you get a green card.
Right. You're in the running now.
You win a chance to get a green card. That's so it's still a process. It's still, you have to go to the process, pay money, and technically they can say no, because there are a lot of weird people in the world and very bad people who might win, because it's a lottery,
Right.
And because
also, they got to do a background check and all that stuff. Huh?
Yeah, so they still check you, and if you are a normal person, living your life, so it's no chance probably to say no because you want it. But if they check and you are, I don't know, terrorist or whoever it might be, in the world, because I lived, the funny thing is I was living in Lithuania, and Lithuania is pretty safe country.
Right.
No natural disasters, no nothing.
Sure.
At least it was like that. So you grew up thinking that the world is pretty safe place, and when you a little bit know more about it, you understand that no, the world is a very different place,
Very different place, yeah.
So that's why I realized, we need to check probably.
Sure.
So anyway, the long story short, I won a green card. I went for the process with my family because I was married at that time. My wife was probably pregnant at that time, because when we came, it took around a year for the process to go through.
Okay.
And when we came here 6 years ago, a little bit before.
And so your son was born here or over there?
No, he was born there.
born over there?
He was born there. He was 1 year and 2 months when we come here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So he grew up here.
Yeah. And he likes it here? Or he's
I mean, he didn't see any other life.
Well, that's true. This is what he's used to, yeah?
He comes there in summers to spend some time with grandparents, but and he loves it there,
Yeah.
of course. But he never seen a real winter, He loves snow. He says like that. But
He loves snow for 2 or 3 days.
I don't know. You definitely. I love snow too. Now I love snow.
Yeah.
But
When you don't have to live in it.
because I don't need to live in it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's how we came, and I started, of course, to work in the hospitality industry, because that was what I knew the most and what I liked, and that's how I started.
It's really cool. Like, I'm loving what I'm seeing in Miami now, because a lot of times Miami didn't really have a big community coming from Eastern Europe and different countries like that. Like, yeah, we had, there was always Russians in Sunny Isles and stuff like that. But as far as it goes, a lot of people that came from Lithuania or Serbia or anything like that would end up going to New York. Right? So you saw a lot of different demographics. Like, you go into Queens in New York, and there's more languages spoken in Queens than anywhere else in the world.
Really?
It's crazy, because you have everybody that lives there. And I think it's really cool that it's starting to happen here in Miami as well, because with that, everyone brings their influences from so many different places, right? And one of the cool things about bartending in Europe, and I'm pretty sure I've said this before on the show, but I feel like places in Europe and Eastern Europe, and I mean anywhere else outside of the United States that didn't suffer from prohibition, they were able to keep going.
It's not necessarily, America had prohibition, but still the cocktail was invented here. Or it really had its, New York started like a cocktail revolution again in 2000s,
Right.
When London took over,
Right.
really having great bars, but now London, still have, but now Asia took the flag, let's say like that, I believe. But in the United States was in New York, and still United States, I believe, was a flagmanship for the cocktail world. Because, for example, maybe in France is more, Italians has the aperitivo thing and has some classic cocktails. Maybe France has some, but in Lithuania, or as I know in all Eastern Europe, let's say, or in the Soviet bloc that used to be, cocktail culture is not really known. Because here, it's not difficult for people to order old-fashioned here. In Lithuania, 10 years ago, nobody even knew what an old-fashioned is. So it's it depends probably. Of course, different cultures bring different influences in general, and when you take another craft,
Right.
by using your different perspective, you can transform that craft. Like you said with the Japanese whiskey, they didn't invented it, but they took that craft to the highest form because they like to do that with everything. So they took their perspective on whiskey and they perfected it. If they took something else, they would probably do, and they do.
You see what they do with their ice programs, and
exactly,
it's crazy.
So they just have this mindset like, oh, I need to craft and perfect the thing, and whatever you take, whenever you believe that you want to take and work on, you will perfect it. They will perfect it because they do like that. So I just look at it a little bit different. Like different cultures gives a different perspective on a thing.
Sure.
That might do it better, sometimes might do it worse.
Right.
Depends.
So before you started here, because this has only been open for 2 years, or almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years, yeah. But I started to work a little bit more than 2 years ago with a company to build everything.
So you were with Novecento before or no?
No, I came for this project particularly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. And where were you working before?
So before so when I came to United States, my career was here. I changed a couple places.
Okay.
I started to work in the Winwood Diner. If you remember such a place.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Because they closed and pandemic and never opened.
Right.
So it was like, so I started to work there. I started to work in the restaurant called The Deck. But in the Island Gardens, because there's another deck in the Winwood. I never been there, honestly.
Yeah, I thought it was the one in Winwood.
Yeah. So I worked at the Island Gardens in the deck. I worked there for 2.5 years maybe as a head bartender, and then I started to work at Sweet Liberty.
Nice. Okay.
I worked there for around a year, I think, plus minus. And then I got this opportunity to build this place, to build this project, and I was really excited because I was looking for something that I could really implement everything I know, I believe, my creativity and my myself into, and I'm really very happy because I put a lot of things that I gathered through the years of my experience, of my creativity, of my ideas, and still a lot to come. And the new ones, evolving.
No, and I see, like, I watch the videos that you post on Instagram with, like, the prep that you do. It's a lot of prep that goes into the cocktail program here.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
And I watched one that you did with like this, I think it was like an edible paint that you put on the glass.
Yes.
Super pretty. I mean, the cocktails look beautiful. And again, the amount of work, because there's another one that you made like a twirl.
Yes.
Like a little edible twirl on there that you can, like, it's, like, I'm pretty sure that the amount of prep that it takes you guys here, it's like hours.
Yeah, it takes some time. Yeah, definitely it takes some time, especially on garnishes as well, because our garnishes, a lot of garnishes we do in a culinary approach in the back in the kitchen. It's not just cutting the fruit or shaping some fruit nicely and that's it. And we're always looking for ways to do other even more complicated things, because it's just we wanna explore that area, and we want to show people, because to get a good cocktail, maybe it's not that you can get everywhere, but there is a lot of places who can make a really good cocktail, and we want to showcase something more than just a good cocktail. We want to showcase, of course, a great cocktail, also a different approach to the garnish, or like something that people don't expect. We really have this idea of putting even a simple thing on a very known thing, very simple thing, but to be a little bit more surprising than a regular.
Okay.
We have, for example, cherries that we use here. We call them cherry 2.0. And we do them completely different approach. I don't want to say now. I'm going to make a video on that.
Nice. All right. You got to stay tuned for the video.
Yeah. It's pretty simple, but it's a delicious and different approach. And we use those cherries for old fashions, for Manhattans, or for where you classically need a cherry. Because we really make a great classics here, but we want that little approach different through the garnish, through glass, through ice, through the recipe, through something else, to be a little bit more unique than everywhere else. Yep. So that's what we want here.
What is your baby cocktail here? What is your favorite cocktail? What cocktail here do you have the most pride in?
You know, there's no one cocktail. I was building this menu. I was really in the flow. Because our drinks, they also come through a couple of the inspirations. We have a cocktails inspired by American rituals and ceremonies, and they come as a ritual and ceremony. So the potion itself is inspired by the ceremony. So we have three now. We have cacao ceremony, we have San Pedro ceremony, and the water divination ceremony.
Wow.
So the potion itself tried to represent the country, the region, or where the ceremony comes, and some idea what it comes with. Plus, it comes with a setup and with a ritual around it for you to experience as a ritual. So it's a little bit different approach. And we have our drinks inspired by different countries. It doesn't come as a ceremony, more it's inspired by something in that region. I don't like to call it countries. I like to call it more regions, because some countries are really small, like Lithuania is small.
Right.
Of course, it's not from Americas, but in general.
Right.
And like, let's take Mexico or United States or Brazil. It's a big country, and like one side and another might be completely different. And definitely is.
Absolutely.
So it's more about the region. Also, we have these classics, like Americanized classics, I call, where we use American ingredients, like Negroni. Usually, it's Italian vermouth.
Right.
Not necessarily, but like, but always Campari.
Right.
We use Mexican bitter for that. So
I saw that.
Yeah, Granada La Valette. So we use a little bit different approach to that. And
That's incredible. So I work at a French place, and I ended up making a Jungle Bird variation with that and cognac instead of the rum.
Okay.
And it was delicious.
Good?
Yeah. The Granada with pineapple it's a really good combination.
Awesome.
Very good combination.
Yeah. So we have different drinks, and by doing them, I really put a lot of attention and energy into.
Yeah.
So it's not one which I really want. All of them has some memories for me, or some struggle to overcome to find a balance, or not just in a flavor, but into everything, you know.
Right.
So it's not that I have one.
and the cocktail program, it's all you. You're the creator. Because you have how many bartenders work here? Five. But you're the one.
5, 4, 5. No, it's 5. 5 plus me.
Oh.
I mean, I'm more like managing the place, doing a lot of things. So I put myself a title, a bar shaman.
Bar shaman, all right.
Yes. So for me, that suits me the most, because I'm definitely not a manager. I'm definitely not a bartender. Definitely not any other position, you know, like.
You're the shaman.
You know, it just really after these 2 years, it really describes the most what I do here, you know, like in this bar.
You're creating an experience. You're, just with the cocktails that you described that are similar to a ritual in and of itself, I could see that. That's
and it's really cool. You can see how people really get into them, some more, some less, but like it really get people to stop for a moment and to get into that moment. And that's important, because we want to help people. We are not a drinking place, or we are not a dive bar or somebody where you get
it's an experience.
to get drunk. You get for experience, you know.
Yeah.
If you will get tipsy because of that, it might happen, but you come here first thing for experience, to experience something, great taste, of course, definitely. That's what we do when we eat things or drink.
Of course.
But also for something more than just a drink. And if we can provide that, if we succeed in providing that, we are very happy, because I believe we can change people's day with that. And the day might change people's life one day.
I think that places like this can really make you treat cocktails and experiencing cocktails, especially like the ones that you cultivate here, almost treat them like you would treat like going out to eat. right? A lot of times you go out to
Absolutely.
eat, and just like we can overindulge in food, right?
Absolutely.
Because you eat too much, then you feel horrible, then your stomach is hurting, then you don't sleep well, then the next day you wake up and you still feel horrible. And well, it's because you overindulged, right? Because if you go to eat and you just have like, oh, I'm gonna try this, and that's it, right? You're not gonna get crushed with that feeling. It's the same thing with drinking, right?
Definitely.
You gotta have to come here and have 2 cocktails, and you could say, you know what, I leave it at that. I'll come back and try 2 more next time, you know.
Definitely.
Or you can try all 16
No,
cocktails
you can have
and
a.
get wasted. You know what I mean? And then at that time, you ruin the experience because you go home, you get sick. Like, oh, that place has so much cocktails, whatever. But it's not the fault of the establishment. It's our fault for overindulging.
Absolutely.
Right?
You know, sometimes you get so involved and you might
Sure.
overindulge. But it's also, you know, like we don't play loud music here. People sit, so it's not like, you know, you in that mood where you're doing shots and like dancing and doing and overdoing shots and everything. So you
Right.
still can. It's easier to pace yourself,
Is
you know,
this
being
how
here.
loud the music is all the time? Or
No, it's the music is not here yet.
Oh, okay.
The music coming from the hallway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's louder, but you can still talk.
You can still talk.
Maybe
right?
not like we now.
Right.
I mean, usually, yeah, but on weekends, later, we put a little bit louder. So we could talk a little bit louder. We don't need scream. So,
Right.
because we are still a conversation bar, not a dance or whatever,
Right.
no partying bar. You can celebrate things, but you know, the party where you party like in the party places,
Right.
we are more like a lounge place
Right.
for a party. So people still has less chances of overindulging here,
Mm-hmm.
I believe, because you can easier pace yourself. You know?
Right.
Like it's easier to pace yourself in that. Plus, we don't build cocktails just it needs to have 1 shot of alcohol, you know, like or 2 shots of alcohol. We build around flavors and we build around what final result we want to do. And some cocktails end up maybe a little bit stronger when we should be. Some cocktails lower,
Unless-
not like when we should be.
Yeah.
When one, like you know, martini type of cocktails or like spirit forward cocktails. But other cocktails are weaker. Like you can't call them low ABV, but because low ABV it's really low should be. As I read last time, it's like basically really low. So between that, so it's. I mean, you come here for the experience, and you really need to drink a lot of drinks and fast to really overindulge. Or if you come after sometimes people come after some other places, we're already pretty tipsy, but that's...
Do you serve food here too or no?
We do have some food. We're still building our own menu, like what would be like really suiting the concept. So it's to come.
That's cool.
This year, yeah. This year to be like really matched, the food matched the drinks in the approach of American continents and everything, you know, like, and really unique to the place. So we are building that. But we have some food.
Very cool. Aistis, I want to ask you, you know, we are the Barcode Mixer, and our motto on the show is that we live by the code. And I want to know, what code do you live by? What is like your warrior ethos, something that you don't compromise?
So that's... I never thought about it in this way. I mean, probably I did. It's just you ask it through the code thing. So it's like, so I live, my life is by the warrior code, my friend. You know, like
Okay.
my life is, maybe it's not the best way, but maybe it's not the best way. You know, like in this world, it's just our own way. I'm looking at the life as an interesting thing to explore, but I'm living by a warrior code. And for me, every day is kind of the fight, not a bad fight. It's not that I'm going to the war. It's more like it's a fight, and it's how it is, you know. Like, and every day I do something to become better, physically, mentally, intellectually, maybe, you know, like I like to read books. Also professionally, a profession I chose to be in.
Right.
Hospitality, I like to become better. And I always rethink situations, because sometimes you know, you run around and you do something that, not something, you know, how to say, not like some situation where you think, oh, I could do better. Maybe I could do better for that guest. He would be more happier, or maybe I didn't do enough, you know, like, did I do enough today? So I rethink situations and try to fix them in my head. So next time when something happens, I could do better. So for me, it's always like the improving yourself every day. It's like a must, you know, like I live by that thing. Family first. Improving yourself is a part of my life, you know, and as my wife say, as I have motto for this bar, if we can't do a cocktail in an easy and difficult way, we will do it in a more difficult way. You know, if we can't do something difficult, we will. So if there are two ways, I will choose a more difficult way. Not because I'm stupid, it's just because that way will make me stronger.
Of course.
The only thing I think, always by choosing things, will that make me stronger or weaker? I would never choose a way that would make me weaker.
Right.
So that's probably my main thing. Family is first. Family is first, and then becoming better and getting stronger every day.
Yeah.
In everything.
No, I love that because you know, every day, like you said, you have the warrior mentality, and a lot of times when people might hear that and think that you want to fight, but a lot of times the fight is in your head.
Exactly.
Right?
This
The
is
fight
only
is
fight for
within
myself.
you. Right.
Can I be faster? Can I be better? Can I repeat again something, you know, like I created something cool.
Yeah.
Can I create something cool again, you know, like.
Yeah.
And for me, it's important to say yes to myself. That I can create, and I love Panamericano, and I love to develop it. But I hope to develop many more concepts in the future, you know, like, and
Sure.
I want to develop them the same great and better and better and better, you know, like doing some different concepts in the future, whatever will come to the mind. But to really do, I don't want to be tied. Like sometimes people are tied to one thing that they did once, you know,
And they
like
hold- yeah, and they hold on
I
to
never
that.
watched TV or series, but there is this, I think, how is that series called, the guy Al Bundy or something? No.
Oh, Married with Children.
Yes, I think this. Yeah.
Oh,
so
when he talks about like his
when he once,
glory days in
when
football
he
and-
did something. Yes.
yeah.
So I forget past. Yesterday we talked with somebody, like, that's why I don't remember what happened, because for me the future is more interesting. You know,
Sure.
what will happen?
Right.
Yeah, we did that. We checked that. We've been there,
Great.
done there. Great, but like I wanna keep on building and doing things, creating. You know,
Right.
you created one menu, you have to create another better menu.
Right.
I'm really proud of the menu we have here, but it gives me more pressure to myself. The next one I want to create like even more better, and not a little bit better, but when you want to, it's me as a person, I want to create something really that much better when there is no debate that it's better. You know, when there is like some competition in sports and somebody wins by 1 millisecond. Yes,
Right.
that millisecond is here and it's very important.
Right.
But when you win like by the meter, nobody has a doubt and nobody has a discussion.
Right.
So for me, that is always like, how can I win by that amount of the distance, but nobody has a question that it's better, you know? Like.
No, I think that's an amazing way of thinking. You know what I mean? I think that's an amazing way of living your life, because I think the reason why a lot of us, you know, suffer, like a lot of us suffer from our own doing, and it's because like people don't realize how important it is to do the hard thing. Right?
Absolutely.
It's super important for us as human beings, especially living in a time where everything is accessible. We don't have to hunt for our food anymore. We don't have to
Really?
You have to do the hard thing, because if not, you just like it just ruins your mind. It ruins your body. It ruins,
Definitely.
like, you know, go for a run, go for a workout, you know, challenge yourself, try to learn a new skill, try to learn a new language, right? Like it's super important to have that warrior mentality. I love that.
I mean, it's it's only, I can't say that it's the right way. I just know it's my way.
It's your way.
Because if somebody want to live by some different things and he is okay with that, I don't want to say happy because happiness is not the thing that I chase in life anymore.
Right.
I chase meaning, and I chase becoming better. For me is really meaningful because I want to become stronger in all kind of things, you know. Pretty much, yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, before we head out, give us the hours of operations here. When are you here? When can the people come and see you?
So our operations are 5 days a week. We open on Tuesday to Saturday. We open every of these days that we operate from 5 p.m. till midnight. Friday and Saturday, we stay a little bit longer till 2 a.m.
Nice.
And most of the time I'm here, but I might not be here at that time. So it's hard to say when people really can see me. Mostly I am here on weekends, like almost 100%, but it might be that one weekend that I took off.
Well, that's the thing. It's
So
like if you're the shaman, you have to find the shaman.
yeah, but most of the time I'm here. I'm somewhere here in the kitchen prepping or greeting guests here, meeting them. I'm less rare. I'm less behind the bar now. I let my team do the things. I step sometimes in, but like mostly I let my team do that, and I host people here or do prep or help with the prep for the team and try to make sure that everything works, you know, perfectly.
That's awesome. There you have it, guys.
Thank you very much.
Another week, another episode in the books. We are coming at you from Panamericano with Aistis, and this has been Barcode Mixer.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming.
No, thank you, baby. Appreciate you. This is great.